Mouse, can you hear me?
Yes, bro. Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Oh, Professor. Welcome, sir. Okay.
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Okay. This is first time I have a Prophet Israel as my host. That's good. Let me share the screen so
Okay,
that
sir.
we can start the job of the day. Okay, let me see. The participant is still low. Okay, no problem. Yes, I said I'll be sending freestyle question for you to make you busy during the weekend. I'll send one today. I'll send two more so that you attend this question after Friday class. We'll use it in your holiday. Think, let me see all the adjustments. My prof, you can see my screen. Professor.
Yes, sir. I can see your screen, sir.
Okay. So after today's class, tomorrow on Friday class, you should be able to attempt this question and get it right. Okay, and get it right. Okay. Yes. We start this class with group accounts, and we are still going to end it maybe with group account as well. Okay, we have done so far. We are simple group. I just say, let me show you the freestyle question. On Monday morning, I will have sent solution, but I want to see your solution. Use to attempt and send it to my private chat, WhatsApp. I will attempt to it just to see that we are on the level I'm thinking about. It's doing the acquisition anyway, with so many complications, which I have taught you you'll be able to do and get it done. Now, yesterday, we are still solving, we are on, I think, IDA solution, which is okay, this is PEP. Are we through with Bola question? I don't think I opened Bola yesterday. Are we through with Bola question? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for that. We are through with Bola question. Let us go to PEP. Question on PEP. Okay, let's go to PEP because we are through with Bola question. We're on PEP. Oh, we are on IDA. Okay. We are not done with IDA. Okay, immediately after this PEP, okay. Okay, let us go to, let me see IDA question. Let me see the IDA question. Okay, no problem. They say we are on IDA. We have done with the financial position. It's only the statement of profit or loss. It's only the statement of profit or loss. Is that not so? we are done with we are through with the statement of financial position. Is there any question to be asked on statement of financial position? So let me get to, I think I've opened. Yes. Prof. Israel, are you there, Prof. Israel?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you, sir.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen.
Okay. And then it's here too. Ah. I can't see either question. Let me see minimize and look for either. Other solution. Somebody is looking at it. Please, let's go to PEP. I will resolve the item later. Can see the solution of my system. Let's go to PEP. I will see, come back to item, but let's go to PEP. Okay. Oh, let's go to PEP, please. Apology for that. I will see find a way to go back and do the final solution. I know we are in pure air. We have done with the financial statement of financial position. But if it is otherwise, we can start all over again. But I think more PEP has more complication and things you need to know than Bola. Okay, I'm on PEP. On January 1st, 2015, PEP acquired 75%. Okay, look at it. He acquired 75%. On which day? 1st of January. Let's see the financial statement they give us. The summarized statement of financial position of the two companies as at 30. That means it's 20-year acquisition. No retain any. He acquired 1st of January. And they asked me to consolidate on 30 June. That means from January to 30 June, how many months? That is 6 months. January and June inclusive. We can't, January, February, March, April, May, June, 6 months. He acquires 75%. What is the implication of that? There will be no retain any at the date of what? Acquisition. There will not be retain any at the date of acquisition. Okay, of more equity share by means of what? In the share exchange of 2 shares in PEP or 5 shares in more. Now, you use share exchange to acquire. They've given me the group structure, 75%, parents, NCI, 25%. Then equity shares. How many percentage of shares that make up the 75%? How does it pay? How does it pay for the share? They say share consideration. I need 2 questions better here. So how many percentage of the parents acquire 75? 75%. How that's 75%? How many units? Okay, my one is to go to what? The equities of statement of financial. Okay, look at the equities of the subsidiary. He has 20,000 shares with the nominal value of ₦1, making it easy. Total numbers of shares divided by the nominal value. I will share the solution. We are just analyzing the question. Give me 20,000. 75% of it, 75% as 20,000. Anything he gave me is the share he acquired. But how does he pay? One, they say through share exchange. We all know that when it is share exchange, it is parent over what? Subsidiary. It is parent over subsidiary, which is PEP over more. Then I said, oh, the fair value of PEP and more shares on 1st of January 2015 we have ₦4 and ₦3 respectively. Oh, they've given me the fair value of PEP and more. Why did they give me that of the PEP? Because share exchange must be done at the market price per share of who? Of that of the parents. It must be issued at that of the parents. Why did they give me that of the more? Fair value of more shares. The current market value of the more shares. That means it's an indication that is fair value. No story. You will know it's an indication it is fair value. Unless the question says otherwise, that is the company policy to use share proportionate. I will know this is fair value. Okay, I can confirm that by going to the additional information to see if it is fair value. I can confirm that. Okay, if you look at the last additional information 6, there's a PEP policy which will value non-controlling interest at fair value date of acquisition. As I'm reading with him at 15 minutes in exam, I'm digesting all things that I need to know before I even start the question. Immediately they give me the question, I read it within the 15 minutes, and I will now open everything, all necessary accounts. I'm showing you for the day one, all the necessary accounts, how to open everything. Okay. In addition, they say in addition to the share exchange, PEP will make a cash payment of what? ₦1.32 per shares acquired, deferred until 1st January 2016. They are going to defer it until 1st January 2016. PEP has not recorded any of this consideration for more in its financial statement. PEP cost of capital is 10% per annum. You use 2 cost of investment, you use share consideration, and you use what? Deferred consideration. That is why it is, they say it has not been recorded here at all. The 2 costs of investment have not been recorded. What is my duty? To post them. If they have been recorded, I need to credit that investment and debit cost of investment. But the question has told me that it has not been recorded. This information up, let me share the solution and see those information up, and you now react with it. with it in 3 minutes. Let me share the solution so that you can see. If it is cash payment, no problem. The same thing, ask the question, has it been recorded? If you have seen higher level, cash payment has been recorded, I will credit that part in investment, in the non-current asset. I will credit it and debit cost of investment because I want to calculate goodwill. That is what this thing is saying. Now, let's look at the this. Let's go to that information. Let's go to that information we saw up before going to, okay, this is the working. Date of acquisition to date of consolidation is 6 months. Total numbers of shares in subsidiary equals to the values of shares all over nominal value. Know that the values of shares is the book value inside the book divided by the nominal value. 20,000 divided by 1 times 20. Parent shares acquire 70% in units now is 0.75 times 20,000. Is it 16 or 15,000? This should be a typing error. Let's confirm it. 0.75 times 20,000 is 15,000. Typing error. Typing error. 15,000. So, you cannot see 15,000. Two costs of investment is used: share consideration and deferred consideration. For the share consideration, we all know it is the parent over subsidiary, which is PEP over more. PEP will bring 2 shares over 5 times 15,000 shares he acquire is 75%. It will give us what? 6,000. It must be issued at what? Market price per shares. Market price per shares of the what? Parent, not that of the subsidiary. They give me the 2. I will neglect. Cost of investment must be debited. 6,000 times 4 will give me 24,000 debit for the calculation of goodwill. Equity shares must have increased. Additional shares have been created. This 6,000 at the nominal value of 1 naira. I will credit. Crediting means add it to it. I will show you through the posting. Then the share premium. The share premium 6,000. 4 minus 1 times 6,000. Or just subtract 24 minus 6,000 to give you, that the luxury of the time in exam. So you just subtract direct and give you, it will be credited. Immediately this is done, they say it has not been recorded. I will record it. I'll see my recording. I'll just go. See my recording in the statement. I'll just be posting it in my financial statement because I've opened it down already. Share capital must be credited, 6,000. There is no share premium. I will have created share premium, but other component of equity, other, that means share premium is also part of other component. Credit, 18,000. Credit. I will have opened the account down. I will just be treating it in the information direct. Okay. I haven't said that. That is for the share consideration. Let us go to the deferred consideration. The deferred consideration, present value equals to future value, 1 bracket plus R raised to power N is minus N raised to power minus N. Present value, what is the present value today? Future value, he said he's going to pay 1.32 per shares. How many shares does he acquire? 15,000 times 1.32 times 1.32, it will give me 19,800. The rate is 10% or 0.1. Now, numbers of years from the date of acquisition to date of payment. When is he paying? It's 1 year from date of acquisition to date of payment. If you go to the question, you will see it. Present value, 19,800. The future value, I put it to the formula, 1 plus 0.1 raised to power minus 1 present value will give us what? 18,000. 18,000. At the interest on it, who is going to bear the interest? The parents. Visual value equals to present value plus interest. 19,800 plus 8,000 plus interest. I will collect the lifetime. The interest is what? 1.8. But I was told to consolidate. Don't forget, other way around. You can also do it first year. Present value, 10% of it will still give you 1.8. The closing balance, my closing liability is 19,800. But consolidating for 6 months, I only need interest of 6 months, not 1 year. I will now say 1 year, 1,800 times 6/12, it will give me 900. Present value, cost of investment, debited 18,000. Retain any of the parents must be debited. Current liability, I will credit. I've opened my account down, open everything. What do I will post immediately to ENMA. I will post immediately to ENMA. I will just go. Let's see what I've done. I want to put the posting. Retain any of the parent for the finance cost, 900. The interest element, I will debit his account. My liability, I'll go and credit. Let's go to statement of financial position. To go and to increase 18,900 the liability. I will increase it. My liability, credit, plus. If I'm increasing liability, credit it, I'm increasing it. The present value will now go to the goodwill calculation. Goodwill, look at the goodwill cost of investment. What is the total cost of investment now? The total cost of investment. Total cost of investment, share consideration and deferred consideration. That thing that go to the cost of investment there. 24 plus 18, it will now give me what? 42,000. It will now give me 42,000. This is the total cost of investment I will use for my goodwill calculation. For my goodwill calculation, goodwill, calculation, 42,000. This is what I will use. The next thing, NCI has told me it is fair value. Let us look at the valuation of the NCI. It has fair value. Valuation of NCI, which is the next thing. The valuation of the NCI. Look at it. How do we value NCI? 20,000 times 0.25. 20,000 is total share in existence. 0.25 percentage of the NCI. Market value of the shares, 3 naira. It will give me 15,000. So the values of the shares, the values of NCI, shares held by the NCI is now what? 15,000. Making the purchase consideration to be 57. That is the information up before going to additional information. Any issue concerning that? Somebody has even raised a question. Let me go to the question. Now, I want you to now, okay. You only have 3 minutes or 2 minutes thereabouts to ask any question concerning the first information up. Now, somebody asked that, okay, Mrs. Temitope or Mr. Temitope, I mean the question said, PEP made a cash payment. Okay, let's see the question so that you can understand better. I thought you must have asked the question at hand. Let's go to PEP question. Now, let's read. Okay, this is the question. They said, in addition to share estimate, PEP will make a cash payment of 1.3 per share acquired, deferred, postponed, deferred until The cash payment was not done immediately, but they agree is going to pay 1.32 per shares. But he now deferred it to when? Deferred until 1 January 2016. And when does he acquire? 1st January 2015. From the date of acquisition to date of payment, 1 year. That is why it's giving us the cost of capital of 10%. It needs to be discounted to the present value. If it is immediate cash payment, I don't need to discount it. It will not divide it to the 2016. I hope it is clear. If it is not clear, I will throw more light on this. But all these things we have done so far, from this place to this particular place, please, we have digested, we have solved all the question. All information given to us here, with the group structure, the share exchange, the deferred consideration, the how they post. We have gotten our total cost of investment for the calculation of the goodwill, the value of the NCI, and all information there has been taken care of before going to additional information. And I give you 3 minutes to react to those information. Let me share the solution again. I hope, Mrs. Tomitope, that it is clear. If not, please, you can still throw more light on it. It does not pay the cash immediately. He said he will divide it to 1st of January 2016. So, we remain 2 minutes more. Okay, ma. Thank you. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Okay. In the absence of no question, let us go to the additional information. Let's go to the additional information and see what is given to us here in additional information. Let me share the question. Now, additional information. Now, they say the following information is relevant. More business is seasonal, and 60% of its annual profit is made in the period of 1st of January to 30 June. And don't forget, you acquire on 1st of January to 30 June, 60%. That means it is otherwise. The business is seasonal. 60% of its annual salary, annual profit is made. Okay? Now let us see what it's trying to say. That is, you cannot prorate. The business is seasonal. When ACCA sets seasonal question, otherwise, when it is otherwise that all profit and loss are accrued evenly or less otherwise stated, when they set it, it will be questionable additional information 1. But when it is tested, when it's going to be tested in ICANN, it is not going to be additional information 1. I'm very sure. You will apporate, they will hide it, maybe 3 or 4 or second to the last, so that you will have 4 victims already. But I pray for you will not fall victim. That is why when they give you the question, the first thing within the 15 minutes, if you don't read any question, when they give you, please read number 1, that group account, digest everything. So 60% of its annual profit is made in the period of January 1st to 30 June. I made it to the, going to be my last. I'm going to make it to be my last, this thing. Let me show you. The profit is not approved evenly, like what we have been done. The premier in Bola the profits are straightforward. The here profits are not straightforward. Somebody that is selling clothes during December period, they used to say, well, we don't know how this one will be because of, by then we pray that the COVID must have ended. If there is COVID, there's nothing like going out in December. But we pray to God to end this COVID, the pandemic issue, and let us go back to our normal life. Okay, so let me share the solution to you on this. Is my last. Okay, determination of net asset of subsidiary at the date of acquisition. Date of acquisition to date of consolidation is 6 months. The profit is for the year is 10,000. The retain assessment of financial position. Don't forget the formula. The formula says retain earning at the date of acquisition. It's written there itself. The formula says, look at the formula. Retain earning at date of acquisition plus year ended profit or loss equals to retain earning statement of financial position. What is the retain earning statement of financial position? They give us at the beginning of the year to be 14,000, and at the end, at the one he made for the year is 10,000. Let me show you. Sorry for that, I'll show you. Let me show you. Now, for better understanding, look at what they give us retain. As at beginning, 1st July, this is what he has in retain. For the year ended, 2015, this is 10,000. He made profit for the year. For this year ended, 2015, 30th of June 2015, he made 10,000. The total retain earning will have been the one he has as at the beginning of the year, plus the 10,000, make it 24,000. But at the beginning, the person, the subsidiary, the parents, come on 1st of July, the retain at date of acquisition will have been 14. In that came 1st of June, after the man has traded for 6 months. So he only entitled to 6 month profit. I will have prorated times 6 over 10, times 6 over 12, times 10,000. But no, they said the more business is seasonal, 60% of the internal profit is made in the period of 1 January. The business is seasonal. Profit is not the same throughout the year like the one we have done. 1st of January, and the man came 1st of January. Oh, he entitled to 60% of this 10,000. This is what we are saying. He entitled to 60% of this 10,000. Let me share. Now, he entitled to 60%. Yeah, that's to 60%, which is Y plus 10,000, because it's post equals to 24,000 based on the formula. Y plus 6,000 equals 24,000. Y equals to 24,000 minus 6,000, which is what? 18,000. So the retain at the date of acquisition is 18,000. Nobody will give you retain at the date of acquisition if it is during the year. You have to work it. You have to work it. Excuse me, let me take water. Okay. Alternative, I can come from the pre. 1st July, this is what he has. Out of the 1 year, 6 months is pre, but it's 40%. 40% of the 10,000, 14. we will still give you the same thing. But I want you to be applying this formula so that it will make the job easier for you. Alternative, you can go this way. 18,000. So return at date of acquisition will now be 18,000. Look at it. I'll open my net assets, the share capital. I must have put 20,000. The return. Return 18,000. 18,000. Can you see that? 18,000. 18,000 share capital. 20,000 pick for the book. There's no other component of equity for the subsidiary. Retain any 18,000. That is what we get it, 18,000. Hope that is clear. Immediately I've done with this, I'll go to the next additional information. So let's read next additional. I'll give you 2 minutes to ask question concerning the retained earning. 2 minutes to ask question concerning if there is any. If there is no any, then this is the retained earning. Determination of net asset of subsidiary. Not net asset. Determination of the retained earning. Is there any question to be asked? Is there any question? If there's no question, okay. 1 minute more. If there's no question, I go to. Okay, someone has dropped a question. Let's quickly attend to it. Okay. Oh, it's encouraging me to go on. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Gideon. Okay. Now, let me go to additional information too. No share. I hope you can see my screen. Okay. Additional information too. Say at the date of acquisition, we all know anything that will go to goodwill calculation must be at the date of acquisition. Any events that happen at the date of acquisition must go with our goodwill calculation. We have said that, so let us look at it. Additional information too. Say at the date of acquisition, the fair value of monetary assets was equal to the carry amount with the following exceptions. You have 3 exceptions. 1, an item of plant had a fair value of 2 million below the carrying value. Oh, below the carrying value. That means I will credit the PPE, the 2 million, then the reserve. I will debit reserve 2 million. At date of acquisition, it had a remaining life of 2 years. It had a remaining life of years. Don't forget, I'm consolidating for what? 6 months. I will now say 2 million, which is 2,000 because account is in 30. 2,000 divided by 2 times 6/12. Date of acquisition to date of consolidation, 6/12. The depreciation part of it. Anything I give me for the depreciation, what will I do? I will debit the PPE to increase it. I have been overcharging myself before because there's a revaluation surplus of 1.2. I'm charging inclusive of 1.2 and 2 million. I'm charging inclusive of 2 million, but it's supposed to be less than 2 million, exactly less than 2 million. So the depreciation part, I will debit the PPE. I'm just using my to the cap. I'm still going there. Okay, 2 million the depreciation. I would debit the PPE, credit adjusted retaining of the subsidiary because it's the subsidiary that has the property. Subsidiary has property. Okay, B part, that is one. The B part said the fair value of money investment was 7 million. Oh, at date of acquisition, say the fair value was 7 million. I will now ask myself, Is it increase, fair value surplus, or increase in investment, or decrease in investment? How do I know? I'll just go and compare it. This is what I'm telling you. They will not give you, oh, look at the investment, 6,000. You now add the fair value of 7,000. That means at the date of acquisition, there's surplus of 1,000. Increment on investment is 1,000. Which are what? I will debit the financial asset was 1,000 to make this one 7,000. Credit the reserve 1,000. Question C, go further. More own a right to a popular mobile cell phone game. Oh, he has a brand name. At the auction, specialist valued as well as right to what 12 million. And now the remaining useful life of 5 years. He had a remaining useful life of 5 years. So brand name at the date of acquisition. That's why I say if you open your Goodwill account, you must leave like 3 line space for this kind of things. Brand name and date of acquisition. I will just put the brand name, the rights to it, the right he has. I will not say, okay, credit reserve 12 million. Open a brand name account, debit it 12 million. But you need to amortize over the useful life of 5 years. 12 million divided by 5 times from the date of acquisition to date of consolidation, which is 6 divided by 12, 6 months, 6 over 12, to give me the amortized. This information here now, from information 2, I will now show you the solution, what I've analyzed. Let us go and look at the solution and the posting in our book. I will share. Let me share. Okay. Okay. Now, okay, revaluation deficit of 2,000, PPE credit 2,000, debit the reserve 2,000 to reduce it. Depreciation date of consolidation to date of acquisition to date of consolidation is 6 over 12. 2,000, it has useful life of 2 years to give us what? 500. PPE debits, adjusted return credit. Those 2,000 and 500. If I'm crediting PPE 2,000, I'm reducing it. Reserve, I'm reducing it. Let's go to up in our statement of financial position to see what we are saying. Okay. Typing error, it is deficit minus. If you press your calculator, the person that type it make a typing error. It's a deficit minus credit the PPE minus 2,000, not plus. So if you add everything up, it will give you 2,100. It's minus 2,000. The person that type it make an error in the typing. Make an error in the typing because the rule says we should credit. So please, sorry for that. It's minus 2,000 plus 500. Sorry for that. The person typed wrongly. Minus 2,000 plus 500. Because it's a deficit minus. Then the depreciation on it must be plus. When you add 55,000 plus 28,000 minus 2,000 plus 500 to give you this figure. But the 1 year, it will not give you. It's a typing error on this thing. So he said adjusted return must be credited. Can you see? A credit. And the valuation deficit of 2,000, he debit the reserve and credit the PPE. That is what is there. So please pardon me for that mistake. We'll have looked at it. It's oversight on my part. Sorry for that. I hope my apologies accepted. Then, what next? We talk about investment, increase in investment. Look at the investment has increased 1,000. Investment has increased 1,000. The result date of acquisition is 7,000. It has increased. I go up, I debit the financial asset. Oh, look at the financial asset plus 1,000. It has increased plus 1,000. It has increased plus 1,000. Somebody is asking question. Let us. Yeah, because it's a deficit. The net asset is lower. It's lower. The valuation deficit is lower. The value of the asset you claim you have after they do the fair value of exercise, they say this asset is lower than 2 million. That means you need to what? Debit the reserves and credit your PPE. The PPE you said you have, you credit it because the valuation deficit. Credit. Why the depreciation not subtracted in adjusted GN? No, it's deficit. When it is deficit, get this thing. He has been overcharging himself. I will credit the adjusted retail earning. You have been overcharging yourself. If it's the revaluation surplus, what am I going to do? I will debit the PPE credit reserve. But for the depreciation now, depreciation, I will not credit the PPE. I will not credit the PPE. Then adjusted retail earning for the depreciation, debit to reduce it for the valuation surplus. It's opposite each other. If it is deficit, for the depreciation will go to adjusted retail earning of the subsidiary for the depreciation. Adjusted retail earning. Either if it is deficit, what am I going to do? I will credit. If it is surplus, I will debit. The same thing for the PPE. Look at the PPE. If there is a revaluation surplus, you have debit. The asset is higher. You have debit it. I've given you the notes, fair value adjustment. I will debit it, the PPE, revaluation surplus, credit reserve. Then the depreciation element of it, I will not do what? Credit the PPE, go to adjusted retail earning. Why am I going to adjusted retail earning? Retail earning is like a profit, part of the profit for the year you declare. Depreciation is a P&L item. The profit is taken from the P&L. That part of the profit, depreciation is supposed to be going there. You did not take it there. I will remove the depreciation there. That is what it's saying. Please, it's opposite each other. And I've this thing, please take care of the adjustments so that the class can move fast. Okay. Now, next, we talk about the brand name. Okay, we have done the financial asset, increase, invest by 1,000. Financial asset, debit, reserve. It happens at date of acquisition, 1,000. Brand name, 12,000. Okay, it happens at date of acquisition. He has 12,000. Brand name. Reserve, I will credit reserve, 12,000. Brand name, debit, 12,000. Look at it. Brand name, 12,000. We need to amortize. Okay, I will go to the reserve. Look at the net assets. Brand name, 12,000. Amortization now. Look at it. Just like the surplus. I will amortize. I will debit. 1, 2. I will not credit the brand name. You are supposed to charge. How do I get the amortized figure? How do I get the amortized figure? 12,000 divided by the useful life times date of acquisition to date of consolidation. This is it. The amortized 12,000. He has a useful life of 5 years. We are consolidating for 6 months. 6 over 12. That's why he give us the 1, 2. That's why I give us the 1, 2. That's why I give us the 1, 2. And let's use 2 minutes to react to that. 2 minutes. Any question? 2 minutes to react to it. 2 minutes. Is there anything need to be explained or we have not explained? Let's use 2 minutes. In the absence of no question, let's go to the next additional information. The next additional information. The next additional information. Additional information 3. Following impairment review, consolidated goodwill is to be written down by 3 million as attached June. Oh. Okay. Following an impairment review, consolidated goodwill is to be written down by 3 million. We said goodwill impairment depends on the valuation of the NCR. How do we treat it? Based on the valuation of the NCR. Based on the valuation of the NCR. Okay, no problem. What happened? What am I going to do? It's very simple. I will ask the question. How do you value NCR? How do you value NCR? If NCR is valued as share proportionate, we all know that goodwill gotten from share proportionate belongs to the parent only. I will not credit the goodwill account and debit to any of the parents for the impairment. But if it is fair value, the goodwill gotten using fair value approach to value NCR belongs to both the parent and NCR. The goodwill belongs to both the parent and NCR. Excuse me, sorry. But if there is impairment, then both the parent and NCR must suffer it. That is what we are saying. But the question says 3 million written down by 3 million. Even without me crediting the goodwill, I can do that first because I've not known my net asset fully. I can take care of that. I know that it's only remaining to 3 million. They've given me the figure. Impairment of 3 million is to be written down. Okay, let's go to the solution. Let's go to the solution for the impairments. The next impairment. We all know it is fair value, clear, goodwill, credited, based on the group structure, 0.7 times 3,000 to 250. NCR value, debit 750, making please give me a minute, please. Sorry for that. A minute. Yes. Sorry for the is that a cough? Sorry. So the impairment value, goodwill credited. Goodwill is an asset. By crediting it, we are removing from it. Return of the parent 0.75 must suffer the part of its own impairment to 250 and NCI value will there be 750. Let's see the posting already. I'll just go. NCI value. Okay, impairment. Oh, so debit returning. From debit returning, I'm removing from it. Then what is the next one? Said impairment. 750. That is it. Payment 750. That is that. Please, I will believe 1 minute for any question. 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 And it is 9:57. 1 minute for any question. Okay, that part is clearly understood. Now, okay, let's go to additional information next. But let me share so that we read and we digest. Okay. Now, additional information 4. PEP sells goods to more at a cost plus 30%. At a cost plus 30%. That is markup. That is markup. Markup. That is markup. PEP add 1.8 of this good. Who said PEP sell goods to more? Sorry, here should be changed. It's more. Add 1.8 million of these goods in inventory as at 30 June 2015. That is unsold of how much? 1.8 as at reporting date. He has 1.8 now, which have been supplied by PEP. In addition, on 28 June 2015, PEP processed the sales of 800 goods to more, which more did not account for until receipt of 2 July 2015. But to PEP, he has processed it, and it will put a margin of what? A markup of what? 30%. So the total unsold in more will not be the one he has in his book, 1.8 million, plus the 800,000 they sent to him. Because he has not sold this one, definitely this one will also become unsold. And he has marked it up by what? 30%. And I said the in-transit recognition should have achieved, but as soon as the transaction has been recorded in the books of PEP, PEP must have recorded the account as even the goods is leaving. Before he leaves safe, they must have raised the voucher for it before the year end. As at 30 June 2015, PEP had trade balance of 2.4 million due from more, which differs due to the equivalent balance in more book due to the sales made on 28. That means inventory on transit on the 28th, which is the 800,000. Make their trade payable and trade receivable balances not to balance. So we do the reconciliation. So let's go to the solution for the 4. Additional information 4. Okay, for the additional information 4. First one, unrealized profit, markup of how many? 30%. Total unsold now. The one he has in his book already, 1.8, plus the one in process, making 2.6. Markup is 30 over 130. Don't mind this mark. This mark will not have for me. 30 divided by 130 times 2.6. not 150, giving us 600. 30 over 130 is markup. We just add 100 plus 30 markup. And what do? Seller, retain, you debit. Consolidated inventory, you credit. That is what we have done. Let's go up to see what we have done. Consolidated inventory. Parent is the seller, 600. I retain any of the parents, would there be 600? We go to consolidated inventory. Let's go to consolidated inventory, minus 600. Now, trade receivable, trade payable, reconciliation. Both agree to the owing, no disputes. You are owing me 10,000. Parent says, subsidiary, you are owing me. Subsidiary acknowledge it, you are owing. You cannot owe each other. It must be eliminated. You cannot owe each other. It must be eliminated. That is why the trade receivable, you credit. Trade payable, you credit. You debit. To eliminate. You cannot owe each other. Total cash or inventory in transit. The total is in transit, not parts. All the money, all the inventory, they are in transit. The total cash or inventory in transit. What do you do in this regard when everything is in transit? Total. You cannot owe each other. Unfortunately, he has transferred the money, the total money. What do? Trade receivable, credit. The total money, you add it back to the cash, you debit the bank or cash. Parts in transit. Parts in transit, like this question. Parts in transit, you must eliminate owing. Don't owe each other. Say you are owing 2,4. No. There is inventory of 800 in transit. Because if they say the deal is not balanced due to inventory in transit. Now, what do I do to the inventory? I add debit the inventory. But the trade receivable, credit minus 2,4. The inventory in transit, debit 800. Then trade payable, 1,6. You look at it, minus 2,4 plus 800. It will now give you what? Minus 1,6 that we have to eliminate. Minus 2,4 credits, minus 2,4 plus 800. What are they owing each other? 1,6. Eliminate. One of these three is waiting for you in exam. Trade payable reconciliation. One of these three is waiting for you in exam. But the most popular one is this. They've tested this one. They've tested every one of them. So let's go to the accounts for the post. Now, trade receivable minus 2,4. Inventory in transit plus 800. Trade payable minus 1,6. That is it. 1 minute, any question? Let's use 1 minute. Let's use 1 minute. Let's use 1 minute. Just know your journal entry and please write all the journal entry down so that you can get it. One minute to do that. Okay. Now, in absence of no question, let me go to the next one. Next additional information. Okay. These have been taken care. Additional information 5. On 30, at 30 June 2015, the fair value of financial assets, equity investment in PEP among were 32 million and that of the 7.9 on the date of consolidation. PEP amount is now 7.9. Okay, date of consolidation. What do I do for PEP? No story. What is the carrying amount of the financial assets? I'll go and look. What is the 11,500? It is now become 13,200. He had made a gain on the financial assets. 13,200 minus 11,500. I will debit the financial assets and credit the retained gain on investment. He has made a gain. Now let's go to the subsidiary. The subsidiary is now 7.9. It was 7,000. 1,000 increase, 900 now. What do I do? And I add date of consolidation 19. That will give me a post of 900. Date of consolidation 19. Now let's see what I'm saying so that let's see the solution so that it will be clear to you. Additional information 5. That of the parents, 13.2 minus 11.5 to give me 17. Debit the financial assets, return of the parent credit. It happens at date of consolidation, not date of acquisition. So I debit. For the subsidiary, it has increased further by 900. Credit the reserve, DOC, and financial assets, debit 900. See the posting now. For the parents' home first, let's go to parents. Parent gain on investment, 17. Financial assets. Financial assets, 17. 17 plus 11,500. It will give you, they say the value of the asset is 13.2 now. This has been set to 11,500 plus 17. 13,200 That has been settled. The subsidiary also increased. 6,000 date of before carry amount. It increased by 1,000, making 7,000. It's now 79 plus the 900. Now I will now go to the reserve. Net asset now, the reserve now to give me post of 900, 19 minus 1,000, 900 to be shared. Why? Some of the person will meet 900 here. 19 minus 1,000, because date of acquisition 1,000 increments, but it's now increased further by 900. I'll put the 1,000 plus 900 to give me the post that we share 900 from date of acquisition 1,000. It is increased further by 900. If it has not increased, I'll put 1,000 here, nothing to share. But 19 minus 200, 1,000 will give us the 900 to share here. Look at it. The person omit it. Look at it here. Share of gain on investment. Share of gain on investment. Parent out of the 900, 75. NCI. So we collect gain on investment. Share of gain on investment. 225. That is the end of the question. I cannot calculate my net assets. I'll sum it up. I've gotten my cost of investment, the goodwill, adding to the cost of investment, 57. Net asset date of acquisition, 49. I've gotten my retainer date of acquisition, 20 plus 18, minus the deficit, valuation deficit, 2,000. Then increase in investments, 1,000. Date of acquisition, brand name, 12,000, make it 49. 37 minus 49 will give me what? 8,000. Then goodwill date of acquisition, 8,000. Impairment, 3,000. Goodwill, 5,000. Then goodwill to be reported, 5,000. Now, adjusted retained earnings to, as per SOFE 24, it has been overcharging itself because there's a revaluation deficit. I will credit adjusted retained for the depreciation 500. You don't need to explain to the examiner. If you have done the right thing, you know there is a deficit minus plus. Depreciation will be plus. There's a deficit. You remove it, the 2,000, then depreciation element based on the useful life 500. It's a deficit. You credit. If it is surplus, this place will be 2,000, while this place will be jacketed 500. Surplus, I will debit the PPE, surplus 2,000. Credit reserve 2,000. Depreciation, I will not credit the PPE. I will not debit adjusted retained earnings or subsidiary minus 2,000. So that is it. Please get it. It's very simple. So post year 23 minus 18,000 will give us 5,300. Post year 19 minus 1,000 will give us 900. Share profits now. Share profits. Share profit. Parents 53 times 7.75 will give us this. That of the share gain on investment, the total will give us 52,800. While that of the NCI, 0.25 times 5,000, then to give us 15,800. Value of NCI to be reported. Retained, we know that is the parent, retained of the parent only. Share capital of the parents, retained of the parents. So 20,000 plus the equity share that are increased, the share premium 22,000 retained, then the callability Also, okay, the 25,800 parent loan was out of the subsidiary 1,100 plus the deferred consideration, the liability for the principal consideration minus intergroup trading to be eliminated. Everything. Therefore, the asset side, PP 55 plus 28,000 minus 2,000 plus 500 to give you 82,100, and the financial asset 11,500, 6,000 for the parent. At the date of acquisition, increased by 1,000. At the date of consolidation, 900 also increased further. That of the parent increased by 1,700, make it 21,100. Then goodwill 5,000, planning 10,800. Then the current asset, inventory of the parent, that of the subsidiary, unrealized profit on inventory, minus 600, consolidated inventory will be credited, plus the inventory in transit will give me 32,600. Trade receivable, 40,000, plus that of the subsidiary, minus intergroup trading, 24. No adjustment for the bank, 2,200 plus 16, give me 38. Addition of everything will equals to this. On that note, let's ask question on this question. For the assignment, don't forget, you must be submitting it on Saturday. We have how many participants here? From Saturday upward. Yay. The assignments. Okay. For the assignments. Higher level. The assignment for Saturday. Please, you can drop a question on this we have done. Let's see. Drop your question. Drop your question. Drop your question. And continue to subscribe. Let me look for hidden solution while you drop your question, so that we can quickly do it. Solutions. Drop your question, I will attend to it. Let me go. Okay, I have seen Ida. No problem. Then you see the question or solution. What is the question? Okay. You have 2 minutes more. If there's no any other question, don't forget they give you the question. You must open everything. You open everything. Now let's go to Ida. Let me see Ida. Give me a second. Okay. Okay. Is the solution to item. It was assessment beginning with bill. Okay, let's quickly rush item. Let's quickly rush item. Okay, we say we have not done item. I hope you have through with the statement of financial position. It's just the pure head parts. Let me share the question. This is the question. This is the question. Onaida. This is the question. Now, if I'm consolidating, total intergroup sales, only cost of sales is only calculation that require. Is post-acquisition that I have issue with, nothing concern me with pre. I have not known the subsidiary. It's only the post I have to do with. So for the revenue, 98 plus 35,200. Do I need to prorate? No. They prorated for me. Why am I prorating? To separate pre from post. And the question has prorated. Somebody has a question, let us quickly attend to it out of the 2 minutes. Oh, either question is thank you, my sister. They say it's not showing on the system. Let me reshare. Sorry, it's raining heavily here. Maybe that's why I have to switch to MTN. Sorry, it is raining heavily here. I have to switch to MTN from Say. That is why we can able to still continue. I'm sorry. On either question, we said we have done the statement of financial position. We only need that of the pure air. And if you look at the pure air, we are nothing concern us with the pre. Nothing concern us with the pre. We only need post. We only need post. Do we need to operate again? No, we don't need to operate because it has been operated to me pre-post. I only need my post. The total intergroup says my revenue of 98,000 plus that of 35,200 minus the total intergroup says. That is the only calculation in revenue. The total intergroup sales needs to be limited, both in revenue and the cost of sales. Because one as we will have recorded, maybe subsidiary or parent will have recorded, anybody that sells to each other must have recorded it in revenue, while the other one must have recorded it as part of the cost of sales. So it must be eliminated. You cannot sell to each other because we're a single entity. Let me take you to the solution. If you are screen, my screen. This is the solution. Can see revenue now. The revenue 98. So the revenue 98,000 for the parent plus the subsidiary 35 minus intergroup sales of 9,000, giving us 102,200. Then the cost of sales. Let's go to the cost of sales. The cost of sales. Cost of sales. Cost of sales of the parent. Which one is this one? Do we need to operate? No, that one is not either. No. IDAN. Okay. This is IDAN. First one is the POL. Okay, let's go to the cost of sales. Where is the cost of sales? The cost of sales. Oh, this will have been a mistake. 67,600. What is the cost of sales? Let me share the other question. The cost of sales is 31,000. It's a typing error on demand. Because you don't need to operate again. That is why I'm wondering. It's 31,000. You just take the post. We only need the post. We only need the post. Don't mind this man. He does not know what he's typing. Intergroup says of 30,000. I think he's jamming. He's taking another one to eat. Please, I will resend the solution to this item on the POL, but I think the man did not type correctly. The person does not type correctly, and the network is very, very bad here now. Okay. So far, so good. Let us use this opportunity to address issue in the next 9 minutes that is not clear to you on group generally, what we have done so far. Tomorrow, I will make sure I get this IDAN POL, give to you. Then we go to associate. I've sent question on associate. Don't forget the assignment to be submitted immediately after the associate. You need to learn something on the associate before you can go through this. Then don't forget this assignment to be submitted. Higher, to me on higher and lower. To me on personally. Submit this one to me personally. No issue. No issue. Submit this one to me personally. Higher limited. You can submit to me. Submit to me. I will assess it and give you the feedback. What is happening before I deliver my solution on Monday, Saturday, Sunday, or to Monday evening. You have the opportunity of taking your question to me, and I will assess them on this higher. Anything you can do on it. Higher level about 75%. Higher level of the lower. Please attend the question. Send to me personally. I will assess it and send back. So please drop any question concerning group accounts, things that you find difficult to understand. Let me address it before we call it a day. Tomorrow we first of all start with that IDA. Then we go to associate. We solve question on associate. Then on Monday, fellow subsidiary. We solve one question on fellow subsidiary. Then we kickstart our disposal. Monday. From Monday, it's going to be a fellow subsidiary, complex fellow subsidiary. But we'll see how we can make it 3 like a normal class. You have 6 minutes now to drop your question. Drop any question concerning group account you are finding it difficult to understand. I will attend to it. I'm waiting. Any question on what we have done so far? Ask your question before we call it a day. It remains like 5 minutes. Okay. In the absence of no question, let's call it a day. See you on Friday by God's grace. See you on Friday by God's grace. My Professor,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you can end the class.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Prof, for being part
Yes,
of
thank
this
you, sir.
class. And have a
Okay, sir.
wonderful night. And the rest of the class too.
Okay, you too, sir.